So when did they tell you guys were going to be team captains? When did that come from?
It was practice. What was that? Tuesday. After practice, they let everybody know.
And was this a coach's decision, or was this like voted or something? How did this come about?
I'm pretty sure it was coaches, so unanimous, but they didn't really say.
How did you feel about it?
I think it's great. I feel like I have a large role on this team in the weight room, kind of on the sidelines and stuff like that. So.
Coach Looper said you were a real leader in the running back room last year. Can you just kind of describe that role?
Yeah, I mean, Cody's an amazing running back. Don't want him to have to worry about people being late, people doing the wrong thing, stuff like that. So I feel like I stepped up in that role, kind of in the weight room, sidelines, getting everybody where they needed to be, when they needed to be with everything. So.
Is that something you just kind of naturally do? Is it somebody say something to you, or how did it come about?
No, I mean, I just, everybody here, we're all friends, we work together to achieve the common goal of, hopefully winning every game. So I think just kind of stepped into that role as myself, just kind of be who I was and lead the people the way that they needed to be led.
A lot of your teammates praise your work ethic. Where do you think that comes from, and when did you think that started, really?
I mean, I don't know. It's really a hard question to answer. I mean, work ethic is, definitely through my parents. I've learned a lot from them, the way that they've worked in their life. But, I mean, work ethic is just kind of what you want to do with everything. So.
Being from the St. Louis area, did you ever come to the Black and Gold games? And is it going to be now a bit surreal being a captain for one?
I actually never came to the Black and Gold game before. Been to a couple Mizzou games, but I mean, I've been to one. We had one 2 years ago. It was an awesome experience, and I'm excited to be a captain and lead the Black team to a victory.
Can you tell us a little bit about your path to Missouri, how you ended up here?
Yeah, so I went to Marquette High School in Chesterfield. Wasn't like highly recruited or anything. Had some D2 offers, and then found Mizzou. They offered me a walk-on spot, and I've had fun. It's been a blast ever since, and this team's awesome, and been able to grow with a lot of people on the team. So these are all my best friends. So I mean, it's awesome to play football and basically live life with them. So.
What does it mean for all the players, the other players who are team captains and the coaches, to talk about you so glowingly? As far as your work ethic, calling you a dog and all this other stuff, how do you feel about that?
I mean, it's awesome. It's awesome to see that. A lot of the work goes behind closed doors, so I'm not a big social media guy or anything. Don't do a lot of interviews or anything like that. But, I mean, it's awesome to hear them say that, but still you got to keep going, so nothing really changes.
How do you, I guess, in a way, sometimes keep a positive mindset of even if you're not playing, you still want to be a leader and you still have an integral role behind the scenes and keep everybody else going?
Yeah, I mean, really it just comes to accept your role on this team. I might not be the greatest football player, but I know I can motivate people. Learned that through being here in the weight room, summer workouts, during the game, stuff like that. Do my best on special teams and stuff like that. But I think just kind of accepting your role along the football team really helped me just kind of say, like, I'm gonna be my best in motivating and leading people. So.
What are some things that you learned from Cody Schrader and just his time here?
Yeah, I mean, he's one of the hardest workers I've ever met. I mean, he's up here every day. He's still up here, training and stuff like that. So, I mean, his work ethic is by far way more than mine. And he's a great person too. So I think just kind of learning from him, he's an awesome role model for me. But yeah, just kind of learning how he did it and then trying to follow in his footsteps.
What do you have to say about Coach Looper and his impact on you?
Yeah, I mean, Coach Looper's awesome. He's probably one of my best friends. I mean, he's a great person. He can talk about real life. Kind of built me into a man almost in that aspect, and that's what they're trying to do. Change young men into people who are going to succeed in life. And I think he does a great job with that, and everybody in the running back room.
Being a motivator and a leader, do you kind of see yourself being a coach in the future, maybe?
Probably not. I mean, coaches, I'll give them everything. They stay up here. I mean, at all hours of the day. They're here till midnight and get up at 4. So, they got to scout every team. They got to watch a lot of film, recruiting, everything like that. So in the future, I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to it, but probably not in the career path right now.
Coach Luke was saying hunting at 4, workouts at 7. Is that
Yeah.
a better path to get outside?
Yeah, I mean, I like to hunt a lot. I got a lot of buddies that hunt, and then working out's my favorite thing to do. So, yep, you got to make time for both though.
Chris, on the game tomorrow, just who's on your offense? Who's your pick for first touchdown?
I'd probably say Daniel Blood's a good pick. I'd say Marcus Carroll too. We got a really good offensive line. He's a really good running back. So Marcus Carroll or probably Daniel Blood.
How do you feel about the running back room overall this year? You guys got some young guys, got some vets, got yourself. So how do you feel about it from top to bottom this year?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we got a great starting point. Marcus Carroll came in. He's been playing great. Same with Nate Noel. Got a lot of speed, got a lot of size. Jamal Roberts, he's a young guy, but he's a very intelligent football player. T-Man, he's a good player too. He's quick, got great hands. Mike Cox, also another guy, really downhill back and really shifty in the hole. So Anthony Favreau and Bryce Jackson, I mean, they're stand-up players too. And I think everybody just needs to accept their role. I mean, most of the time only one running back plays and everybody else has got to support. So I think just kind of working in that role going into summer and fall camp. So.
Seems like there is kind of a potential for a sort of thunder and lightning situation there with Marcus Carroll and Nate Noel. Just what different qualities do they bring to the table? Yeah,
definitely. I mean, I don't like to comment on anybody else's game, but I mean, Marcus Carroll's a great running back, and so is Nate Noel, and they both played a lot of football. So, if it ends up being both backs or maybe even 3 backs, you never know. So, just keeping options open. I don't really like to comment on anybody's game, though.
Chris, with how much you played special teams, is that kind of something you take pride in, doing the dirty work?
Yeah, I mean that's I love that. I mean, they call it a team responsibility, so it's everybody's responsibility. I try to put my best effort out there because special teams is a big factor of the game. I mean, they say it's usually 20% of the game, so it's a big portion of the what I put my time into. So.
We good? All right, thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, Chris.
Thanks.